Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. It's that time of the week again. It's Premier League predictions time. Back with a bang with multiple more games than previously. We've not covered the Arsenal-Manchester City game. That was given its own video earlier on today. So do go back and check that out if you haven't already. But even so, we've still got a lot of Premier League encounters to look forward to. We're also doing the double game week games as well. So there's like Chelsea, Brighton, there's Man City, Burnley, and there's Bournemouth, Leeds, I believe, that we're also doing. So we've got a lot of games for us to feast our eyes upon and to sink our teeth into over the course of the next week or so as we count down the games till the end of the season. Before we get into all the talk, analysis and predictions though, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And of course I encourage each and every single one of you to get involved in the comment section down below. Use and abuse that section, people. Talk to me on how you think each and every single game will go this weekend. Give me your thoughts, comments, opinions, but most of all, of course, your predictions. Because after all, people, where would a Premier League predictions video be, after all, without predictions? Sound good? Great. Let's get on with things then, shall we? Let's kick things off with Saturday's lunchtime kickoff, and it is live in Brentford, with Brentford taking on Fulham. And I've gone with a 2-1 win in favour of the Bees. Now, Fulham again. It's an awkward game, this one. London derby of sorts. Fulham, awkward. Very awkward. You never know what Fulham side's going to turn up. I was expecting them to be a much better side that turned up last week against Liverpool than what they were. But they faltered, they stuttered, they lost that game. And they're looking to bounce back against the Brentford side, who have got European football aspirations on their mind. They drew 2-2 with Everton last week. Igor Thiago, is chasing down Erling Haaland for that golden boot. He is one goal behind the Norwegian goal machine, so that's going to be an interesting battle there. I'm going with 2-1 Brentford. I think Brentford can get a very big and very important win here against Fulham, and I think that they will keep their European football aspirations really, really high. So I'm going 2-1 Brentford. It's gonna be a big game though. Like I say, because Fulham as well are not too far away from European football themselves, but they need to find a level of consistency between now and the end of the season. But I don't think they'll find it here against Brentford. Moving on, we got action from Ellen Road where Leeds United take on rock bottom of the table Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I've gone 3-1 to Leeds. Now, this could be the final weekend as far as what Wolves' Premier League status is concerned. If Spurs get a win and West Ham get a point, as well as obviously this result coming to fruition in which Leeds beat Wolves, then Wolves will officially be relegated from the Premier League this weekend. It's not been through a lack of trying for Wolves, it's just been through a lack of quality that they've not managed to stay up. And they're coming up against the Leeds side, who will still be flying off that massive win against Manchester United on Monday night. So that's going to be massive for them, of course. And coming into this one, like I said, I think Daniel Farke deserves massive credit for the way that he's gone about his business with Leeds this year. They've been absolutely superb. Not a lot of people gave them a chance of staying up, myself I believe included, but yet here we are. We find ourselves with Leeds maintaining their Premier League status this year. Not completely safe, of course, but it does look likely that they will be staying up, and I think again another 3 points here will definitely confirm they're maintaining their Premier League status, and I think that they will get it here. Like I say, they're scoring goals right now. They're looking good in most games, and I think Wolves have kind of accepted the inevitability right now that they will be going down this season. So I've gone 3-1 to Leeds, and there's a good chance that Wolves may go down this weekend. Next, we're moving on to St James's Park, where Newcastle take on Bournemouth. Eddie Howe welcoming his former club to St James's Park, of course. And I've gone with a Desmond here. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. Again, this one's more difficult to call than most. Bournemouth, we know, can be a very, very good side, and they were absolutely brilliant against Arsenal last week in order to get that important win for them. Again, European football is very much on the cards for Bournemouth if they can continue their good work. They are unbeaten in their last 12 games, I believe. I believe in their last 12 games they are unbeaten. So they're actually in a good spell of form. As for Newcastle, we know that they've been hit and miss. We know that they've been up and down this year, and it's not exactly been the campaign that a lot of Newcastle fans were dreaming of this season. And again, they face another difficult task in Bournemouth. When we know how good Bournemouth can be on their day. We know how good Newcastle can be on their day, but key injuries, key players missing have really hindered Newcastle's season, as well as just a mentality side that has seemingly just been all over the place, inconsistency. It has been an intriguing season for Newcastle overall. I reckon they can get a point from this game, especially being the home side. I think they will get something from this game, but I genuinely would not be surprised if Bournemouth managed to get a win, even if it was away from home, such a difficult place to go. I'm going 2-2. I'm going with a draw. But again, I've got a sneaky feeling Bournemouth might steal it, Got a sneaky feeling Bournemouth might steal it, but I'm going with a draw. Next up. Okay, that's wrong, because I definitely would not have said Spurs to win. Roberto De Zerbi is back against his former club as Tottenham take on Brighton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And I've gone with a 3-1 win to Brighton. Not Tottenham. Definitely not Tottenham. Why would I go 3-1 to Tottenham? I'm not a madman. Brighton are the most informed team in the Premier League right now. They really are. They've picked up some really good results in recent weeks. They're flying high, the Seagulls. And if I'm not mistaken, European football still remains very much a possibility for the Seagulls going forward. They are 1 point off of 7th place Brighton in 9th place. A win here would take them above Chelsea, depending on Chelsea's result, above Brentford, depending on Brentford's result, and above Everton, depending on Everton's result. So there could be a possibility where Brighton finish the weekend in 6th place this week if they get a big win. And of course, if other teams stutter and fail to match their result. But they're the most informed team. And usually there are goals galore whenever Brighton meets Spurs. It's going to be interesting to see how Spurs do. Again, in desperate need of points. West Ham and Nottingham Forest have the potential to stretch their lead over Spurs, who are in the relegation zone right now, and that could spell curtains as far as what Spurs are concerned in their Premier League status, and what would be a mad and historic moment in the Premier League if that was to obviously materialise and come to fruition. I think Brighton will win. The form, the momentum, everything going in their favour. Brighton to get the 3 points and win by 3-1 is what I'm sticking with here. Next up, Chelsea against Manchester United. And maybe most of the weekends this would probably be the main event of this round of fixtures. But of course, the top two are facing each other this week. So that would obviously be the main event. But this is still a big game. The race for top 5 is very much on. Chelsea faltered in recent weeks. They've lacked form. They've lacked consistency. They've lacked anything to really shout about as far as what being a Chelsea fan is concerned. Whilst Man United, things have been very good under Michael Carrick since he took charge. There was a bit of a nasty bump in the road though Monday night when they lost to Leeds United. It's just proof that maybe that was the reality check, that maybe some Man United fans and maybe some people associated with Manchester United, maybe players, staff, coaches and all of that kind of stuff needed to kind of knock them back down to earth. But they've got a good opportunity here to get back to winning ways. Chelsea, like I say, they're not that good. Chelsea are not that good. 1 or 2 gems here and there in the Chelsea ranks, but overall the mentality is on the floor. Chelsea players are seemingly not buying into the project as much as what they maybe once were. And I feel like it may have caused some uproar in the dressing room, may have caused some discontent in the dressing room, that kind of thing. And I feel like Chelsea's end of the season is not going to be pretty. I don't think they'll get Champions League football. They may not even get any kind of European football at all if things continue to downward spiral. Maybe the best case scenario would be another Europa Conference League trip. Don't think Chelsea fans would be too happy about that, but beggars can't be choosers in this current situation. Chelsea are in danger. Chelsea are, dare I say, potentially the new Tottenham Hotspur. If you want me to elaborate on that, I will do, because I genuinely think that that could be the case going forward. United to get the win, though. United to get back on track, get 3 points under their belts, and obviously Bruno Fernandes is chasing down that assist record. Next up, Sunday's games. First up, we feature Aston Villa against Sunderland, in which we are at Villa Park, and I've gone with a 1-1 draw. Now, I initially put Villa to win. I think Villa likely will win. Sunderland are no easy customers, though. Sunderland will obviously make a good game of it. They'll be physical. They'll be tough to beat. And I feel like Sunderland can get a point here. The Black Cats obviously coming into this the fresher of the two sides. Aston Villa played a midweek game in the Europa League on Thursday night. They progressed. They're going to meet Nottingham Forest in the semi-finals of that competition. So maybe Sunderland, being the fresher side, might be able to get something from this game. Obviously, top 5 is still very much on the cards for Aston Villa. They did slip up a little bit last week, conveniently against Forest in that 1-1 draw, but their early form in the season might be enough to get them across that finish line into a Champions League spot for the next campaign. They could strengthen their case with a win here, and obviously with Liverpool playing at the same time, it's going to be interesting to see if Liverpool can potentially leapfrog them, I believe. Yes, potentially leapfrog them if Liverpool win and if Aston Villa lose. A draw would maintain their 4th place spot for this week at the very least, but we'll see obviously how that goes later on down the line. Liverpool, of course, need to win their game, which is a massive Merseyside derby. And as for Sunderland, a very respectable mid-table right now. And again, they're another team that's in a cluster of teams that, if they show a bit of consistency towards the end of this season, European football could be on the cards for them. A win might even see them be lifted into 6th spot this week. We went on earlier about how Brighton are on 46 points in 9th place. A win for Sunderland, they're on the same amount of points as Brighton, only lower than them on goal difference. So Sunderland are very much in the race for European football of some description, and if they can find some consistency between now and the end, it could be an incredible and monumental result and finish to the season for the newly promoted side of this Premier League campaign. Think it will be a draw, though. I think both teams will cancel each other out, but it won't be for a lack of it being a poor game. It could be a very interesting game, to say the least. Next up, Everton against Liverpool, the first Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And I've gone with a Desmond. I've gone with a 2-2 draw between these two. I'm worried. I am worried. Liverpool played midweek. Everton coming into this game as the fresher of the two sides. Liverpool were given the runaround by PSG midweek, and PSG slapped them, got through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. I am worried. This is the first Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. The Evertonians are going to be up for this one from the first crack of dawn right the way through to the final whistle. They are going to be up for this one. It's going to be hostile. It is going to be loud. It is their cup final at the end of the day, and I don't mean that to sound disrespectful, but it kind of is for Everton, and especially when you consider as well that Everton have a good opportunity this season to finish above Liverpool if results go their way. So this could be a really big opportunity for Everton here to get a win over Liverpool, get the bragging rights, get 3 points, and get momentum in their favour between now and the end of the season. There's some massive games coming up. Champions League football is still available for the Toffees, even if a lot of people maybe are not considering them for that particular spot. But if Liverpool continue to falter and to stutter, maybe, just maybe, the Reds could fall down as well. This is going to be a very intriguing game. I obviously never ever want to back against Liverpool here, but I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't cautious or nervous about this particular game. I hope Liverpool can win. I pray Liverpool can win. I'm not entirely convinced. Plus, Beto is in good form right now. Beto is in really, really good form right now. So, I'm nervous. I'm very, very nervous. Next up, Nottingham Forest take on Burnley at the City Ground. And I have gone with a 2-1 victory for Nottingham Forest. Again, this could be the final weekend for Burnley. If Forest do win and West Ham win, the likelihood is that this will be Burnley's final weekend. The only thing Burnley could do if West Ham do win and they lose is they might match West Ham's points tally, but goal difference will become a factor, and Burnley have a superior worse goal difference. Superior worse? Is that the right phrase? Significantly worse. Significantly worse. Not superior worse. That's kind of the opposite. A significantly worse goal difference than what West Ham have. So a win here for Forest would all but confirm Burnley's fate as being relegation fodder for this season. Forest come into this game, bit of momentum on their side, a couple of decent results in recent weeks, getting through to the semi-final of the Europa League as well. So there could be a silver lining for Burnley here. Maybe they come into this game as the fresher side. Maybe Forest may have their eyes firmly set on the on the Europa League semi-final, because it does seem like Forest are safe. Not completely, but with the way that Tottenham are going about their business, and with the tough games that Tottenham have got coming up over the next few weeks, Forest more than likely will probably get the job done at some stage. This could be a good opportunity. Obviously, they're facing a side, one of the few sides that are below them in the table. Burnley, their fate is seemingly sealed. Relegation is seemingly on the cards. A late Great Escape seems extremely unlikely. So Forest need to take advantage of this opportunity. But if they don't, even a point, I think, might be an alright result for Forest overall in terms of separating themselves even more so from the bottom three. But it's massive. It's a massive game. I think Forest will get the victory. I think they will get the job done. And it will be 2-1 to Forest in the end. Next up, Crystal Palace taking on West Ham United on Monday night. And I've gone 2-1 to West Ham. Again, another relegation threatened team in West Ham. Coming up against a side that, again, had to work hard for their progression in the Europa Conference League on Thursday night. But Palace certainly got there and have now got an eye on that Europa Conference League semi-final that they're going to be participating in. It's a massive game that for Palace and for Oliver Glasner. And it might just mean that West Ham are coming into this game at the right time. Palace may rotate. Palace may look at themselves being safe and sound and they're fine. And that may be why they might rotate. They might not take it as serious as what they have been doing. And they'll focus on the Europa Conference League because it's a massive opportunity for not just another piece of silverware that Oliver Glasner could win Palace before leaving in the summer, but also they get into the Europa League because of it. So if they focus on that competition, that could be good for the teams that are playing them towards the end of this season and as well for Palace. So it's a win-win for everyone. But I think West Ham could be facing them at the right time here, and that's why I've gone with a 2-1 victory for Nuno Espirito Santo's side, and that would obviously heap even more pressure on Tottenham, who, if my predictions come true, they've lost again this week, so that's going to be massive for them. Next up, Brighton taking on Chelsea, and I've gone with a 3-1 victory to Brighton at the Amex Stadium. Again, previous results, you're only as good as your last game. It might affect this result if obviously Chelsea managed to get a big win over United, which again is unlikely, but obviously not out of the realms of possibility. That could carry that momentum over into this game, but I'm going with form here, and I'm going with the more likely option, and that is, I think, Brighton get the win over the Blues. Next up, Bournemouth against Leeds. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. Leeds will be safe and sound by this point, and then it could be on the beach time as far as what Daniel Farke's side are concerned. Maybe they take their foot off the gas a little bit. As for Bournemouth, again, like I say, not at the realms of possibility for them to get European football places, and depending on what the result at the weekend goes like, again, it could be very well within Bournemouth's best interests to maybe go for the kill here. Go for the kill. Maybe Leeds are on the beach. Maybe Leeds have taken their foot off the pedal, and that could be a good sign that maybe, just maybe, they go into the rest of the season and they absolutely kill it. They absolutely kill it in terms of maybe going into the Europa League or some form of European football. And what a way to end things for Andoni Iraola. So we shall see. And obviously with their unbeaten form as well, again, that plays into Bournemouth's hands as well. And finally, Burnley taking on Manchester City at Turf Moor. Massive game for City this, in terms of obviously depending on the result of the Arsenal-Man City game to take place on Sunday. Like I said before, people, there is a specific video for that one. There is that prediction had a video all of its own that I uploaded earlier on today. So please do go and check that out. I've gone 3-0 City. I think this will definitely cement Burnley's relegation status for this season, and it will only enhance Manchester City's title push. Not to give too much away of what I predicted on Sunday, but this result will help out a lot if it comes to fruition, if it materialises for City in terms of their title charge. So you can probably guess I probably haven't been cryptic enough there, but massive result for City. This massive win, should be a win. Likelihood is it's a win. Man City's recent form against Burnley suggests that this is going to be a win. So yes, I'm sticking with City to win this big game. And there you have it. Those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys are talking about with these fixtures that are coming up this weekend. So get involved with your own thoughts, comments, opinions, and predictions, of course, down below in the comment section, because I'm sure it'll make for great and interesting reading. Once again, check out my Arsenal versus Manchester City preview that I uploaded earlier on today. It's the only game I've not talked about in this particular video because I felt like it needed a video all on its own. So go back and check that out if you can, please, people, and let me know what you think about that particular game. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up, enjoy the video, subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And of course, I encourage each and every single one of you to get involved in the comment section as always. And like always, I've been Fletch. This has been another Premier League predictions video, and I'll see you speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you all again very, very soon.